Attention all units in District 15. Shots fired at Stoneman Douglas High School.
I changed my number to 17 for the Stoneman Douglas shooting. 17 people lost their lives. People across the world need to hear the story and just realize what these kids are going through, what these families are going through. I grew up probably about 45 minutes away from here, down in Miami Gardens. I was watching TV at the time, and the TV shifted. That was on every channel.
Tango 2, I hear shots fired by the football field. Shots fired by the football field. We're locking down the school right now.
My cause this year is Safer Schools. Today I came back to South Florida just to have a conversation with a couple of the kids, that experienced it.
On February 14th, I was in class, and I remember the fire alarm had went off, and it was like 20 minutes left in the day, so we just thought the day was going to be over. And then as we opened the door, we heard like a loud bang.
SWAT came in, and then we ended up running outside with our hands above our heads, had to throw our bags in the streets, everything. And the second you walk outside, you see caution tape, giant, enormous guns, helicopters in the air, things that you see in TV and movies.
Right. The worst part for me was just not knowing. I texted my parents and my sister and my brother, and I said, I love you guys. But like a few seconds later, I realized it's Valentine's Day. They won't understand what I mean by just saying I love you. They're gonna think it's a typical Valentine's Day text.
My friend is Joaquin Oliver, and he had passed in the shooting. It just shows that like in a blink of an eye, like someone can be gone from you at any point. Because I remember walking him to that class, like fourth period, we gave each other a hug and just said love you, whatever, and like thinking like an hour into my next class that like that would have been my last moment, and that's something I would have never believed.
Yeah. I know that's for sure like something that doesn't feel real. I went to Miami Carroll City. Around there, it's a lot of violence. So there was times where the school was on lockdown, but nothing to the capacity of what you guys went through.
So this is Alyssa's room. You have to excuse the mess. She was a little messy. My daughter was shot 10 times with an AR-15 gun at Stoneman Douglas High School. Alyssa was amazing. This was her soccer picture when she was little, when she was 3.
That's adorable.
Yeah. When this happened, it empowered me to want to make change. And I started a nonprofit organization called Make Our Schools Safe. Alyssa was in the first classroom, and the shooter shot through the glass. So some of the things that we could do now is put bulletproof glass in the classroom door to help protect the students. And then the students can run to the safe zone area that could be marked out with red tape. Alyssa was shot the first time, but if she was empowered to know where to go, to know where that safe zone area was, she might still be alive today. I try to remember the good times with Alyssa. Mm-hmm. And for me to be an activist, to being doing all these things, right, is just helping me, but I want to help other kids too, because it's not fair. We have to do something.
Right.
This can't keep happening.
Coming here, hearing your side of the story is very touching. That's why I want to do this. I want people beyond Florida to realize what's going on.
My name is Max Schachter, and my little boy Alex was one of the first victims of the Marjory Stoneman Douglas massacre. And Alex was a great little boy. Alan, this is Alex's room. Sorry, man, there's no cowboys here.
No, it's all good. Oh, man. I know Safe Schools for Alex, it's a local organization, but I know you guys are doing things national. So what are some of the solutions that you're coming up with?
So what I set out to do after Alex was murdered is to create national school safety best practices. After 9/11, they made the airport safe. But it's been 20 years since Columbine almost, and we still have school shootings. The expertise is there, but the problem is there's no best practices nationally. And so that's what I have been on a mission to create.
So what gives you hope?
Eventually we'll put an end to this by creating more awareness, starting clubs up around the country and even internationally.
After the shooting happened, I helped lead the efforts for the March in Parkland, and then after that started a nonprofit organization that's called Empower the People, which Alyssa is also a really huge part of.
Just like putting in the effort and like the work and the grind to just make sure that like we work as hard as we possibly can to make a change so that nobody else has to go through something like this. That's what gives me hope.
I think this is a historic moment for teens in that we're now able to have our voices heard about how safe we want to feel at schools. And I think that with your jersey, with your number, with your cleats, this all goes to spreading awareness throughout the country that there needs to be a paradigm shift in how we approach school safety.
When I chose number 17, each and every day when I go to practice or when I have a game, I'm also thinking about those families. I know it's not a thing that can happen today or tomorrow, but we are going to make schools safer.